Okay, I wanted to make a video on a sump to a fish aquarium. I actually decided to make a hang on the back sump rather than one that sits underneath the fish tank. So I just want to show you how it turned out. It is a whole lot bigger than what I had planned on, or what I should have made, because I made it out of scrap plexiglass that I'd found. The plexiglass that I found was sitting in a garage that I'd been in for years and years before I asked for it. And then I brought it home. It was completely covered with just oil and muck and gunk. And I cleaned it off with brake clean and washed it off with a garden hose and some soapy water. And then I let it sit there for almost 3 years before I touched it again. And that's where I decided to take what I had. I had an entire sheet that was split in half, and the sheet had been used previously. It looked like it had been used for a countertop, like in an auto shop or somewhere where they put plexiglass on top of a piece of woods to make it smooth surface so they can write and stuff. And that's where I got this. So all this stuff is free except for one piece that I spent 20 bucks on. I paid for $20 for a 12-inch by 48-inch end piece that was a 1/4 inch thick. Everything else is 1/8 of an inch thick. And so here's how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to hang on the back of the aquarium. You come around here, and I got these pieces right here that are glued onto the side of the aquarium. I shaped them for the tank. There's 4 of them, and I haven't tested any of this yet. This is all going to be tested at some point before I take it in the house and hang it on the back of the aquarium, just to make sure that it's not going to break. And the water's in the aquarium is going to come up over top of here and go down into this piece right here, and then it's going to flood over top and come over top of here and come down here and go through all these holes. And I'm going to have filter floss inside of here, so I can remove it and change it on a regular basis. And then it's going to go into here, and it's going to go through this little port right down in here, that hole that I made. And it's going to fill all this up underneath here up with water. And this is just a void. And then the water is going to come up through these holes in here, and it's going to come up here, and it's going to, this line right here is where it's going to end up being, all the way across here. And this is just, I'm going to put moving bed filter media right here, and for the first 3 inches of this, about right here, I'm going to have like bio balls. And then I'm going to be able to either put in this right here a heater, or I'll come over here and put a heater. I've got these holes right here, which are going to be, water's going to run through there. It's got this little top on here that serves for strength, and also to keeps anything from bouncing over or popping over, because I know I have another aquarium that runs bio media, or a moving bed filter, and the stuff seems to all pile up on one end. So this is just to keep it from piling up and piling up and falling over the top. And then it's going to come down into here. If I can get around here, I'll show you. It's going to come overflow into this right here. And it's kind of hard to get a look at it. It's going to come over top, come down here, and then it goes inside the tank. This is the crookedest piece I've ever built in my life. I can't build anything straight, it seems like. I think I did a pretty good job, considering none of the plexiglass that I started out with had straight lines. I overindulged on the glue. You can see what I did right here on the glue. See if I can get it. glued all the corners really good. And along with making sure, so you can see right here, it's clear all the way through on these. Plus I got center pieces right here for strength, and I'm gonna fill this thing with water. My garden hose froze the other night, so now I gotta fix it before I can test to see if it holds water. But that should be pretty simple. This didn't cost a whole lot of money. I spent 3 bottles of glue for $7 a bottle, except the last one, and it was $9. They raised the price on me. I guess they've seen me coming. And and then this quarter inch on the front, and then this piece right here, it's a 1/4 inch going across here. And then I put some strips down here to hold that up. The original plan that I had was to glue this in, and I decided not to, but once I get it testing, run it outside for 2 or 3 days on the back of a broken fish tank that I have out here, I'll see if this is going to stay in place. If it does, then I'll leave it so that I can remove it. I put a little handle on top of here, right here, so I can take this out. And it should, I'm hoping I won't have to glue it in place. That way I can clean this void out if I ever decide to take the thing completely apart and clean it. One of the problems I'm seeing it already, and I haven't even tested it, is that each one of these compartments fill up with water. So I'm going to have a pump in the bottom of here, pumping it up out of the tank, and it's going to pump all the way up to here. If I ever turn it off and decide to empty it out, I got to siphon this compartment out, and then this compartment all the way over to here is going to have to be siphoned out individually. So I'll have to stick a siphon down in the bottom of here to siphon all this out. And then this one right here is going to have to be siphoned out. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 compartments that I'm going to have to siphon out. So this is turning out pretty well. I'm pretty proud of it. I hope that this gives anybody else an idea. If not, fine, I'll put another recording in here later as soon as I get my ardennes fixed up and make a decision on whether it's safe to bring into the house or not. So that's what it looks like. Get back, give you an idea. It's 5 inches wide. I think it's not quite the length of the aquarium. I went 42. It's 42 inches by 5 inches. And I calculated the other day it holds about 12 gallons of water, so that's going to weigh a little over 100 pounds. So it's obviously going to be tested before I take it in the house and stick it on the back of the tank of the aquarium. But peace out. I'll let you know how it works. Look for another video.